Okay, think about this for a second. What could you possibly say in less than a minute that would actually genuinely change someone's life? Well, today, we're diving into a message that's so powerful, so incredibly to the point, it's designed to do exactly that.
So let's kick things off with a little thought experiment. Imagine you've got just 60 seconds, 1 minute, to get a message out to the entire world. No pressure, right? But seriously, what would you say? What's the one thing that's so important? That single question is the framework for everything we're about to get into.
So, what's the big answer to that 60-second question? Well, it turns out it's an urgent message. Think of it like an SOS. And it's coming from the one person who knows every single excuse you've ever made, because that person is the future version of you. And here it is, the core of that message. This isn't some gentle nudge, okay? It's a full-on, desperate plea. The idea is that every single time you delay, every "I'll get to it tomorrow," you're literally stealing from the life you could be living. That person you're picturing? Yeah, that's your future self, and they are begging you to just start.
And this is the question that brings it all home. I want you to let this sink in for just a second. Imagine it's 1 year from today. You're looking back. What do you wish you had started right now? It's such a powerful way to think about the real cost, the actual tangible cost of putting things off.
All right, so if we all agree that inaction is the enemy here, what's the actual barrier? What's really holding us back? Well, it usually boils down to this really common but totally flawed idea, and it's called the motivation myth.
You know this one. We've all fallen for it, right? Oh, I'll start when the time is right. Or, I just don't feel motivated today. That one thought, that is the single biggest mistake we make. Waiting around for that perfect feeling, for that lightning bolt of inspiration, it's a total trap.
And you want to know why that trap is so good at catching us? It's because we think of motivation like it's this reliable tank of gas. But it's not. It's just a feeling. It's fleeting. It comes, it goes. And the biggest mistake we make is sitting around waiting for it to show up before we actually do anything.
And you can see the difference so clearly here. On one side, you have waiting for motivation. It's totally passive, it's unreliable, you're just waiting for that perfect moment that, let's be honest, is probably never going to come. But then look at the other side. Building discipline. That is active, that is consistent. Discipline doesn't wait around for the right time, it goes out and creates its own momentum.
Okay, so if waiting for motivation is the problem, what's the solution? Well, this is how real change actually gets started.
And you know what? The answer is so much simpler than we think. It's got nothing to do with feelings. It's all about action. Think about it like knocking over that first domino. Any action, it doesn't matter how tiny, is what kicks off the whole chain reaction. That little push is what creates momentum. And momentum, that's the real engine of change.
And here's the whole cycle, laid out nice and simple. It always starts with step 1, you take one small action. That little action creates forward motion, which is step 2, building momentum. And then, when you just keep repeating that process, that momentum turns into step 3, actual, real, significant change. It's this incredible feedback loop that you are in complete control of.
Okay, so this is where the rubber meets the road. It's one thing to understand all this theory, right? But how do you actually get that cycle started? Here's a super simple, super clear plan you can start using like right now.
First things first, you have got to resist that urge to change everything all at once. Come on, you know what I'm talking about. That burst of inspiration where you're like, that's it, I'm going to overhaul my entire life. It feels good for a day, but it is a recipe for burnout. The real key here is to just stop overwhelming yourself.
Instead, the entire plan, the whole thing, boils down to this one simple number. Just one. Forget that laundry list of goals you have. The real strategy is to take all of that chaotic energy and just channel it into one single focused habit. And the rules for this? They couldn't be simpler. First, you just pick your one thing. Second, you commit to sticking with it. And third, and this is probably the most important part, you have to let go of being perfect. The goal is not to be flawless. The goal is just to show up. That's it. That's how you build the momentum.
But you know, there's a much deeper layer to this whole thing. This process, it's not just about building a habit. It's about rebuilding the relationship you have with yourself. See, every single time you show up, every time you keep that small promise, you're actually building self-trust. You're proving to yourself over and over that you can count on, well, you.
And that's the promise here. If you can just put your focus on the process, just on showing up consistently for that one single habit, the results will take care of themselves. They will follow. I promise you that. So that brings us to the end, and to the only question that really matters now. After hearing all of this, what are you going to do? What is the one habit that you will start today?